Yeah. So we have a live critter amongst us at the moment. If you hear pained screams, it's not a demon. Tiny pterodactyl. So the first question, the first thing as we return to these sessions, actually, the first question is anyone still doing the writing? Kim?
Stopped about a month ago.
Stopped about a month ago.
I do it spontaneously if I get the urge, but it's not a daily thing.
Mm-hmm. Every now and again. I'll have this. Okay. So, the next question is, tell me if you know your vocation in life. You've found it.
I feel like I found mine.
Baron's found his.
I feel so.
Samaya's found hers. Yeah, it's not an easy thing to find. So, why are you doing this class?
Because it can affirm what's true even more. It can just be like, rejoice in finding it deeper. So, yeah, it's just a beautiful thing to even think about and reflect on, even if you found it. There's more, always more and more to it, and you can always commit more to finding your vocation and what you love to do. And yeah, it's a nice thing to talk about and feel with everyone, wherever it was at.
And for me, it's still on. For me, it's I feel I found it, but I don't know how to bring it into the practical aspects of my life, as in financially, and it's still peripheral. It's not my central way of making money, and I think that's because of me blocking it and not allowing it in some way. So I'm curious to unpack that more and find the way of committing to more, not just intellectually, as it were, but completely.
It's, yeah, that's interesting. Because our vocation doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be our job. Doesn't necessarily mean we're going to make money from it. Like if your vocation is pouring tea. Some people can, no? It's possible, some people can do it. But for a lot of people it might not just be like brewing tea, setting up the tea, setting up the ritual, the whole time of tea. That's their thing, you know. Love it more than anything else in the world, you know. It's completion inside themselves of just, and obviously if someone who does tea like that filters through their entire life. You don't meet someone who's like a rambling man boy, doesn't know what they're doing in life, and they just go into a perfect tea ceremony like that, and then come back out, and it's just like. So it's a good metaphor for understanding. When you find your vocation, everything else in your life will become better, right? You know, you're doing the thing you love. And we could do lots of things we love. Yeah, don't have to be one thing. People who find that one thing often find they can do many things, and they can do them really well. Baron, is this on? Should this stay on?
Stay on.
Stay on. I'll keep it over with you.
Is it mastery then when you find what you love? It's like it absorbs you in a way that you just could become engulfed by it, and because you love it so much, and then you can't not refine it.
Yeah,
Is that kind of, and then because you become refined at one thing, it just starts to spread to everything, like it changes your character and how
Yep,
you do
that's
everything, your approach.
that's it. Keep it there. That's it. If you find a master in something, yeah, they're not, they tend to be competent people. You say. And that may not be good in everything they do, but they're not withered and afraid of. And if you find someone who's really good at something, but it's not their vocation, they're usually, well, I don't know, a lot of the time they're unpleasant to be around. They've got a lot of energy that's not nice. I hear a lot of this from nurses who are working with doctors who are really good at their job, but they don't want to do it. It's not their vocation, and they're just unpleasant to be around. Compared to a doctor who's magnanimous in their being, they're doing the thing they love. It's totally different, right? Mm-hmm. You know, so we all understand what this means. So, as I'm saying it, you can feel your life. How is it in my life? So this is when we're working with the Sufi path. We understand that the small things are connected to the large things. And you can talk forever and work forever on your anger problem. Yeah? And you can go, right, I'm not going to get angry and this. But if the fundamental root of your life is off, you will not stop getting angry. Right? The anger is indicating something, that there's something off. Obviously, there's very different forms of anger stemming from trauma. Yeah. Trauma and abuse and so forth. So when we're doing these classes, we're working with our subconscious or our Divine Mother, our God inside us. Yeah. We're doing this is connected to Tantra. All these things are connected. So you might meet some spiritual yeah. You might meet some spiritual masters who Hakeem? Is the noise from the baby a problem? No, right. You might meet some spiritual masters who actually interfere with your actual worldly life. But essentially, your spiritual life is your mind, how it interacts with the world. So it's to be in the world, but not of it. And so, obviously the two are connected. But the spiritual guide is concerned with not of what is moving into the spaces. It doesn't matter what you're doing, right? If it mattered what you were doing, then you couldn't give advice if you're doing certain things here or certain things there. But some will just interfere with your worldly life. And that gets a bit more scary. Yeah, because then they might tell you who you're going to marry. Things like that. Whereas we want a kind of certain... It's better if you discover it yourself. So with this kind of sensibility, mood, we're like doing the class, right? We're trying to discover, for some of us, our right livelihood. We're trying to find the path, right livelihood. So Buddha gave 8 stations to understand nirvana. He taught the 4 noble truths. He said the way to find nirvana is the noble eightfold path, and right livelihood is one of them. So it's very important that we know how we're living. So, and no one can tell you, really. Yeah. And we have to distinguish between what the mind says, what society says, what the heart says. And it's not easy, because we might enjoy many different things. Like we might really enjoy meditation. We might really enjoy the lifestyle of a monk. We might really be drawn to family life. And it's like trying to feel and distinguish which one that I really like. Like Venerable Geshe is an absolute monk. I mean, that's his vocation. I mean, never a monk you will find who is better. No, impossible, because he was a perfect monk. Whereas some of the other lamas were monks, they could easily not be monks, and they weren't. When they came over to the West, they just became householders and dropped being monks. Not their vocation, it's just what you did in Tibet. A lot of people. So, you have to, it's a good example of many people here who are doing it, meditators, to kind of feel which one is your vocation, and then you have to feel inside what you're escaping from. Because when you do the thing that you want to do, if you really find it and go for it, as you'll discover, you may lose friends, you may have to change your lifestyle, and that's terrifying. These are like really terrifying kind of propositions. It's a lot easier to. I don't want to challenge my partnership. I don't want to rock the boat. Doesn't mean you're going to split up or anything. But something inside us doesn't want to rock the comfort, and then just keeps withdrawn. There's loads of things like this, right? We have to. So when we're doing the morning pages, which we're getting to again, because we're practicing Tantra, you want to feel Vajrayogini speaking to you. Vajrayogini being your higher self, your being. If you've got any sense of the spiritual path, you understand you're not this temporary form. If you see the baby here, that's what you used to look like. Do you still identify in the mirror? When you look in the mirror, that's what you see? No. You don't connect with them, you don't connect with it at all. Some people don't like babies, they don't connect at all. So your being will look at this dream, just be like, that was one dream. That quickly, right? That was a dream. Does anyone not think that? Sometimes. Do you agree with it? Yeah. Right. So we have a being. There's a part of us that's deeper than what we are presenting ourselves as right now. But we're not denying this. This is the fundamental importance. This is just part of our reality, our being. Daniel's joined us. Good morning. So we're just talking about connecting to our being, listening to the being, and informing its surface. It's a very, very beautiful analogy that Osho gave. People who deny this surface life. And he's like, if you get the ocean, then cut the surface away. Because you deny the surface is not part of the ocean. Yeah, we're just awareness. We're not this. Cut that away then. And what's left? There's another surface. Cut that away, and what's left? And then there's nothing. You can't. People try to get rid of this. So if that's true, then The depth informs the surface, and the surface informs the depth. So this is our vocation, we could say, is that link from our being to the surface. So let's start. Let's start with just a little meditation. That's all right, she's fine. Anyone got a problem?
No.
Don't know. Okay, hold on. I'll give you the instructions. So, we're going to take the baby out of the room. The instruction. Okay, so just go and do some, just relax as much as you can. But you don't have to. You can just sit there with her and use your mind. And I want you to describe yourself at 80.
At 18.
80.
At 80.
Yeah, and so it's, what did you do after 50 that you enjoyed? Okay, and be very specific. Yeah. And then maybe we'll do it here after, but then you're gonna write a letter from your 80-year-old self to your current age. And what would you tell yourself? And what would you urge yourself to pursue? And what dreams would you encourage? What dreams would you encourage? Yeah?
Mm. Are you going to do a meditation and then is it okay if I come back in?
Yeah, just come back in. Just, let's time it so everyone can do this. And let's just we'll do 15 minutes. We'll just spend the first 5 minutes just doing breathing.
And I'll contemplate
Yep.
what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do.
When you're 80, going back to your 50-year-old self. Okay? So if you come back in at 12:07. So for everyone else, just sit comfortable. For this, if you want to lie down, you can. Might stimulate your mind more. Feel free to sit. Just go through your body. Start from the head and just relax. Release the tension in the top of the head. Release the tension in the forehead, feeling it to be spacious and open. Allowing the eyes to be soft. And the jaw to be loose. Bring the awareness to the shoulders. Soften the shoulders, release. As you're releasing the physical body, release any mental tension. enjoy just being here now, releasing. Life is so simple in its pleasures. Allow your arms to relax and feel the energy move through your hands. Feel your heart just to be open with an inner smile. Somehow, we know it to be true that we are exactly where we're meant to be. And everything is okay as it is. Allow the belly to open as we breathe. Feel a sense of love towards your genitalia, which we usually hide. Feel the energy flowing through your legs. The energy itself helps us relax. So we are vital and relaxed, grounded on the earth, open in our heart. Now, just allow your imagination to describe yourself at 80. And what did you do after 50 that you enjoyed? Be very specific. If it's not coming easy, just connect again to your Divine Mother, your being, and ask her to guide you, to reveal truths to you about who you really are. Now write a letter from your 80 to your current age. What would you tell yourself? What interests would you urge yourself to pursue? What dreams would you encourage? Turn the speaker on, please. Yes. What would you tell yourself? What interests would you urge yourself to pursue? What dreams would you encourage? Oh.
Floating in your arms, all is fine. Heaven is all around. Final surrender. Breathe it in, breathe it in.
Okay. As Sheikh Nazim said, when there's a baby in the room, there's only one Sheikh in the space. That's why I don't have babies. There's no point in doing anything else. But everyone's not been too bad. Get used to it. Okay. Now, you can keep going a bit, Rima, if you like, as you go on to the next one. But just remember yourself at 8. And what did you like to do? What were your favourite things? Okay. Then write a letter from you at 8 to your current age. What would you tell yourself? Okay, so we have to, until Hakeem comes up with some ambient music. We'll have to listen to these tracks for copyright reasons, right? Unless you can find me like copyright-free ambient music that you can. I think it'd be better if you came up with your own, right? Like just an album with ambient sounds that you can play for these kind of things. Just twiddle away with it in your own time. You know? Maybe you can do it this week because we're going to take away the internet. Yeah. Let me just stick this on for. It's helpful to have the music.
God.
One more now. Okay. Can I pass her on? Tiny little socks, Amy. Tiny little socks. Tiny, tiny little socks. That's what'll get you. Yeah, you should have one. They're fun. Yeah. You want one? Yeah. Yeah. Good. You'll enjoy being pregnant. Just have to find someone to plant the seed. That's the. Have you got someone?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh. Right, let's see if this work can help find someone.
Thank you.
That's what we want. Someone who co-creates our dreams together, our visions. So as you say, that you could do these exercises longer if you like. Hopefully when I did this work, you just notice when the mind's resistant, even though it's just your own imagination, because it thinks if I go there, that means I'll have to change things. It's like a thing that come up in the mind if I yes, that's right. So we came up with some sort of intellectual versions of what we think we like. And the thing that we really, really, really want to do, we still kind of hide it. So it's, part of it is noticing that I'm still hiding. I'm still afraid to really, really, really say what I want to do and be. That's what happened for me. I don't know about you. So these things can stimulate, and also when we're doing this work, it can make you really angry. It can make you also like cry, it can make you giddy, it can make you go, this is a sign that energies are moving. You know, it's it's a good thing. And so a common thing is I'm not changing. It's like, I'm not changing. So, have you ever seen the A-Team? The A-Team used to have to put drugs in Mr. T's milk in order to knock him out, to get him on a plane. So you just imagine that's happened to you. Yeah, but you're in a cordoned off area. So you're just lying in a bed and there's curtains. Yeah, you don't know that it's a plane, right? But you're on a plane. From waking up, how fast would you be moving? Like, so you just got to imagine you're on a plane, but you don't know you're on a plane because you're just in the bed and it's a curtained off area. You just kind of woke up and you go, oh wow, I'm moving at 550 miles an hour. Is that what you would say?
No.
No. No, you wouldn't know that you're moving. Even though you're traveling at 550 miles an hour, you wouldn't know that you're moving. It's not just an analogy, that's just a straight fact of physical phenomena. So it's the same with spiritual phenomena. The way they put it in the Book of Love is when you take one step towards God, He takes 10 steps towards you. When you come running towards God, He comes sprinting towards you. Can't see it. Can't see the changes. So it's like, bear that in mind, But you can, if you want to, just review your life before you started these classes or started the path. Like really trying to just go in and try and remember what you were like. It can be difficult because your old sense of self can be so dead that you only can remember it from this new sense of self. And some of the things you used to be, you can't really remember anymore because you're purifying it. So you're changing a lot, so that can bring up stuff. Don't think it's just because negativity is coming up that's a bad thing. If you don't get angry about being in a bad situation, you're probably stupid, right? Or there's some like energy to move it, So like what happens, like my favorite example is like the bleeping alarms, health and safety, because it's 1/3 of the nation is now mentally ill. So what happens when your nervous system is being attacked is you get angry. You get irritated, you get angry and irritated, you get angry. And when it doesn't stop, you'll either just explode or the system goes, depresses and just protects itself. Because it can't take the pain that's happening, so it shuts down all kind of stimulation, all kind of openings, and just remains dull and almost like dormant and depressed. And that's mental illness. It's mental illness. Depression really began with the advent of the car. Yeah, I don't know how many people know that, but cars are really loud. It's almost impossible to find a space where there's not an airplane sound or a car sound. And you realize what it would have been like everywhere. Just silent. And when it came, then there's no quiet anymore. And the system shuts down. So first comes anger. So if you don't change your life, if you get an angry, you don't change, you just become like depressed. It's like a midlife crisis. It's someone who's angry about how they're living. They don't change it, and it just eventually it just collapses with it, and they have no energy anymore, because the anger's an energy to change. You have to be able to distinguish between authentic anger and I'm a selfish bastard, right? You're in my way, and I'm going to get angry because I'm not getting what I want all the time. I mean, that's just child anger. It's destructive. You have to distinguish between, when we're doing Vajra Yogini, she is, the word they use, wrath, but it means anger. She's the embodiment of anger. Wrath, divine anger, divine wrath. I haven't come across any kind of spiritual thing where they're like, divine wrath is a part of the deal of the divine. Yeah, and we're the divine, so we have to understand we need this divine wrath. Vajrayogini symbolizes divine wrath, and she symbolizes destroying the ego. So we'll be able to tune into that energy to destroy the false way of life. So this is what we're doing in these exercises. We're trying to figure out the false way of life. We're tuning into our Vajrayogini to destroy, using that energy. So it might come up, might not. Yeah, tears might come up, might not. Things can move. Don't be afraid of that energy. Because if you dampen it down too much to fit in, you won't grow. Like nothing will change. Necessarily, if things you haven't found your vocation, necessarily you're going to have to change. Right? Yeah? It's not like a wild kind of statement. Something will have to change. So what are you afraid to change? So one of the things... Rahima?
I'm just wondering about that, about ideas of vocation and actual vocation, and how to, I mean, you're basically saying something has to change in order to make room for the vocation to come about, but sometimes I don't know if I just have an idea of what it is, and it's actually not that. Like, probably for a long time I thought my job was, but it's definitely not. Because if I could leave, I would. Even though I do enjoy it, it's just, if I could, I wouldn't be there. So that's clearly not a vocation, is it? So.
The best description of a vocation is something that doesn't have to be worked on to like it. You don't have to work to like it. And you can just do it. Like if you've got a demanding vocation, it's okay to have a break from it, right? But it's like when let's just say you're doing it and you're just in a normal day of doing it, it doesn't bore you. Yeah, it's just like, it just gives you energy. Like it's your thing. You can just keep doing it, and you'll discover more and more. And it's not saying it's not hard. It's not saying hard graft, like the thing. But the best description is you don't have to work at liking it.
So you'll never have a day of not liking it, or
You have bad days. Thing that's like can be part of the challenge of it, but challenge is also like things that we don't want to happen are part of what we need in our vocation. Otherwise, it's just comfort. There's a difference between just comfort. Even so, like, you can't lie on the couch all the time unless it's your vocation. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. Just maybe got false ideas about what a vocation is, and I know you've just kind of
I'll give you an example. You met the sheikh, right?
yeah.
That's his vocation,
Yeah.
right? So he just got arrested by the Chinese, starting with torture. He talks about other stuff, just unbelievable stuff, just difficulty after difficulty after difficulty. But he loves it. He sounds like he's going, he's telling us about finding the middle way with the torturers. Like that, he's teaching the middle way to us. I mean, I'm fortunate to hear it, like me and Baron. It's like how to find the balance when you're being about to be tortured, and how to speak to them, and the middle way, and you finding your ground and standing up, but not too much and stuff like that. He's teaching the Sufi path about. So he's loving it, but he's like saying it's quite something. So the heart beats up, but he wouldn't swap it. Now, someone who's not his vocation would be the most terrifying experience of their life, and they'd never want to do it again. If you're put in a situation, you're the teacher, and you have to go to China, and you're going to get arrested, I'm done, I'm out. This is the most horrendous thing that's ever happened to me. Does that make sense? It's not like easy being like a sheikh and going to China and dealing with these things. It's not easy. It's not easy coming here and dealing with like 17 people and just seeing them directly and have them in your space all the time and just speaking to them and be there and being present. It's not easy, right? But because it's vocation, again and again and again and again. It's like that's where he gets his energy, that challenge, that's his thing. So it distinguishes between like something that's easy, we can just comfortably do, and something that just stimulates us. It's hard to put into words because it's self-expression. It's perfect. We've got a perfect example. Yeah. It's almost like you have to force yourself to stop doing it. I think that's another way to say it. It's like, right, I need to go to bed now. I want to keep going. It doesn't necessarily mean it's like that. These are like indicators. Something in your heart just knows. Like something, your vocation just makes you grow. Become a better person. Like we talk about the doctor. If you know good doctors, they spend most of their time at work, right? Have you met a good doctor, like I'm talking about? And they become better people through their work, right? It's not easy being a doctor, is it? But if you try and, imagine you got that doctor and said, right, I want you to work in a shop. It's easy. Like you said to me, it's easy. All you're going to do is have really nice customers come in, and it's going to be nice to you all the time. You're just going to have tea, sell a few books, things like that. Would they do it?
No.
Are you understanding?
Mm-hmm. But that's when they know. It's like it's really hard for me to know what it is. And then I also worry that it's so obvious and I'm doing it already that I'm overcomplicating things. And then there's also another part of me that's like, what if there's an idea of what I think it is and it's not that, and then there's some shame attached to that?
Yeah. But it's not easy. So we're in the room, there's like, there's only 2 people here that have said they found their vocation. It's not easy. There's so many things. This is why all these exercises trying to find myself. So it's the circle Jesus talks about. When you get it, you get more. It's that connection that when you find your vocation, you start to find yourself. When you find yourself, you start to find your vocation. Like they're linked, and it's not easy to find ourselves because we've got all these ideas in the culture, which are now like, culture's generally now the opposite of 100 years ago, 150 years ago, which is Christian help people. Help people, think of others. I mean, I grew up in children should be seen and not heard. Right? Now, if you did that to a child, you could probably get arrested. You'd be like cancelled. Imagine there's kids, right? Kids should be seen and not heard. And then can you imagine? It'd be an uproar. So now we have a selfish culture. So it's like, think for yourself. Get your, it's about your feelings and for yourself. Whereas our vocation is often connected to how we serve the community.
How we get off ourselves.
How we get off ourselves by finding ourselves. This is the Zen. This is why it's not easy. So it's another one. When you're in your vocation, ask Baron. When he's working all day, how much is he thinking about his problems and da-da-da?
Completely away.
Completely away.
I can't stop.
Right.
Loving it.
Sorry, can I just go off on one for a little bit? I love my work so much. It's like a hunger. You just want to eat it, and the more you eat it, the more hungry it makes you. It's just like, I love it so incredibly much. It's like and when it's and sometimes it's really, really, really tough, but it never makes me question like, should I be doing this? I'm like, it's difficult now, but it'll pass, and then you can kind of invite challenges deeper from the love that holds it. But it's I never question whether I want to do it. It's just like an insatiable hunger.
Yeah.
That you just can't get enough of, and the more you love it, then the more you love it. That's my experience of my vocation.
Yeah. So like when I'm out Baron, he's running a restaurant. It's like, well, what are you doing? And then it's not hard to say that he's a man of craft. And so the sense of shame is like, if you're going against the culture as well, you can have a sense of shame about that you'd like to help people. If you study the Enneagram and you misunderstand certain aspect, like the 2, you might think that comes up, you think someone's being kind. I've met people like this, not even the Enneagram, they went through Osho. They think it's false to be kind. That's how they then interpret the thing. Whereas the 2's naturally kind. And we talked about this. The 2's naturally kind. Is in their kindness, they can hide when they're not wanting to be kind. But it doesn't dismiss their kindness. But they know there's a space in them that doesn't want to be kind. And then they feel embarrassed and ashamed about wanting to stand up for themselves. And because they deny it, then they blame the other person for making them feel like that. Yeah, and then they attack them. And that's the 8. But it's actually because their natural gift overtakes everything else. So we can misunderstand a lot of the voices inside us. So you need to not worry about making mistakes. Yeah.
I think what I'm worried about is just never finding it. I'm just worried about never finding it. Like being on my deathbed and just never finding it. Never finding what Baron has. That like... And I don't know if I do have it and I'm just being blind to it.
This can be possible.
Because I've got all these other ideas of what I think it should be, and it's just totally blinding me from what it actually is.
Yes.
Because actually, being at home and looking after. Yeah.
So in that sense, when we look at the Noble Eightfold Path, there's 8 things. So it's not right lively just isn't on its own. There's right mindfulness, right view. So we talked about we understand ourselves, we understand our vocation, we understand our vocation, we understand ourselves. We understand right view, we understand right mindfulness, we understand eightfold, we understand right livelihood. Yeah, they're interconnected. So we could be doing something that's like lots of fun, feels good, but it's not actually increasing our heart. And that's Beren's expression of how he's doing. You might, with people, if you have a different vocation and have different feelings about how that functions and moves. So it's like finding your own, like no one can tell you, this is the point. These are just guidelines and hints. So don't, that anxiety about finding it could prevent you from finding it. This is the trouble, yeah. So like my mum's vocation was bringing up kids. The shake's taking over. Yeah. Right?
I think that's maybe what I want it to be. Like, and I want homemaking and being a wife and being a mother, but then the fear that it's not that is something else
Yeah.
as well.
So we need to be able, when we experiment, to kind of just totally engage with someone and see what it's like. You try 3 months is usually like a good period of trying something. I mean, or with a job, it can be like after 8 months. You experience that? After about 8 months, like that's it. Can't take it anymore. Yeah, people nodding on screen. Yeah, 8 months. Oh, no.
Is there
Right?
is there something about like the accumulation of trying stuff and it not working out, and then just having your vocation? I feel like my mum always encouraged me to like try new things, and there's also like I always get in trouble when she'd buy me all the equipment and then I'd give it up. But it's maybe like dipping your toe in and just like trying something. But to find it, you have to like give up so many things or like acknowledge it doesn't work. At the cafe, I was kind of like, when I met you, I was like kind of stuck running it and really not enjoying it. But maybe it takes a bit to like, it felt like it took me a lot to like give up what I put into it.
Yeah.
Because it's constant trial and error to know through your experience.
Absolutely. In other words, it takes courage. You're stuck in a job or a relationship you don't want to, but you're too afraid to leave it. I mean, there's loads of people who've got a restaurant who wouldn't give it up. Hakeem?
I feel like it's obvious to me what my vocation is, or one of them. I mean, as soon as you played that first song, I was like, oh yeah, that's the last time I experienced what you're talking about, that unable to put it down, don't want to go to bed, that just creative flow. But I don't know why, I still can't figure out why I deny it. I mean, there's
Well,
security
because
things
of your
there.
mind, yeah. Fear, thinking. But underneath that, we would say that it's connected to thinking it should be how you make money, right?
Yeah, that's a big issue for me.
Just drop that. Just go, I'm not concerned about making money. And you just do it. And it'll be maybe there in the background. It's like, life's not easy. It's like when I was started on my journey as a monk, it's just like, you can see there's certain people who just see it as like a career path. It's like it's like a job, you get to be a teacher, but it wasn't like that for me. Just like, this is what I'm doing, and I've never made money. And like one of my friends said, yeah, it's amazing that you did all these years just persevering and being totally poor, but this is what I love doing. And then somehow, you know, I've got a little bit of money at the moment doing it. Might not last. As you know, on the path now, I met the shakes. It's like you might just shut it down, and that's what it is. It's not like if we go on pilgrimage, then mate, that's like most of that you won't be sending me money for the retreat because you're doing pilgrimage. That's like half my money gone for the month. It's like if I was in it for the money, we wouldn't do it. Not here for me making money, here for your journey on the path. And that's what we love. Money comes, may not. And you'll find you'll enjoy making music a lot more. When I was in a band with my brother and our friend, one of the things that I really disliked about being in the band was my brother's intention to get a record deal. It's like, you got to put your intention to. I don't want to. I just want to like jamming and playing music. And that was the best music we made when just totally jamming, totally loose. You know what I mean? But I knew that wasn't my vocation because I couldn't stand doing gigs. Couldn't stand it. Didn't like the preparation, didn't like playing that much live. It was all right. And then after, it's just, yeah, you got to imagine. I don't know if you've been in a band like Amy, but if you imagine that you've just went to your best club, you danced till 3 a.m, and then after the 3 a.m, you just finished. Now you have to go and lift massive amps, drum kits, pack them into a car and drive for an hour. It's not pleasant. And then you have to deal with like managers of the club, the venue manager. Right? But playing music was fun. So this is going to Rahima's question. It's difficult. Playing music was like ecstasy when we were jamming, but it wasn't my vocation. Like someone whose vocation is that they would enjoy that, moving the amps. They'd enjoy it, you know what I mean? It's like part of the banter. Yeah, it still feels kind of annoying. It's probably some nutter. Like someone likes the whole thing. Okay, so there was a whole lot of stuff that we didn't get done, but we can do it. Send it in notes, but there's definitely some things we want to do. You can't stay with this abusive lover. You can't work at a job that demands 80 hours a week. You can't rescue a brother who needs to save himself. Oh, no, what else goes on? One of the things about this work is that your actual tastes will start to shine through. And like all the things where we acquiesce to other people's ideas. This is like what Rahima's talking about. And we take that on as my identity. And to be able to just do what you want to do. So they say, as your image comes clearer, it might surprise you. You may discover very particular likes and dislikes that you hadn't acknowledged. Like a fondness for cactuses. Why do I have these things in my house? And then you go, I actually dislike brown. Why do I keep wearing this sweater? I never feel right in it. So one of the things I want to do is you can just get rid of stuff that you don't need. that doesn't serve you. But you notice that you do that, like you wear clothes that you hide, Sylvia, you hide yourself in. You don't want to stand out, you don't want to be seen, you don't actually wear what you love, because if someone criticised it, you wouldn't have the courage to maintain your strength. It would hurt too much for you to show yourself and be criticised. This is a very important point. Yeah. Yeah. So I just read out the note here. Conditioned as we are to accept other people's definitions of us, this emerging individuality can seem to us like self-will run riot. It is not. So we can think, I'm being egoistic. No, it's not. You're being egoistic when you're being defined by other people. That's what the definition of the ego. The snowflake pattern of your soul is emerging. Each of us is a unique, creative individual, but we often blur that uniqueness with sugar, alcohol, drugs, overwork, underplay, bad relations, toxic sex, under-exercise, over TV, under-sleep, many and varied forms of junk food for the soul. So, what do we want you to do when you're away? Everyone should have their own little space at home that's like a sacred space. Yep. Like it's a creative space. You want meditate, especially when you get into Tantra, you understand it's creativity, going wild. Yeah. And when people have taken Tantra and they've used it for like sports things, or you vision the perfect golf shot and stuff, it's like using that Tantra technique of bringing your imagination out. It's kind of what we're doing here. We're just using our imagination. It's a very powerful thing. It's a very profound human tool. What's the word in here? Open your closet, throw out or hand on or donate one low self-worth outfit. So, you know the outfit. And make space for the new. And this is a big one. Look at one situation in your life that you feel you should change but haven't yet. What is the payoff for you in staying stuck? That's a good one. And I'll put up some notes as well for other things we can do. But no, for a week. Let's say for a week. Prepare yourself for a week. Because it's so hard these days because we're so immersed in technology. So what I did in part of my training, and there's no TV. No TV. That would be the thing. And no reading. What essentially we want is no one else's ideas on us, either through stories or through social media, anything like that. So it's like you're on retreat, like the conditions we have on retreat, but you're at home and you're not on retreat. So there's nothing to turn to like you usually do, like social media or the internet, and do things like clean the house, change your house around so it's nice how you want it, paint, speak to people, say, hoover, cook. So if you're going to do these things, maybe you might need the internet to print out a recipe. That's why I give you a week to prepare, because we're so reliant on the internet now. If you're a reader, stop reading. If you never read, it's okay to read. But just what would you do? Like old school. Imagine that you've gone back 300 years in time. What did they used to do? We watched MasterChef the other day, and it was Jane Austen's 250th. They play charades. speak to humans and be with them. I hope that's making sense. Maybe try and, it's hard because it's so hard to, because of the internet. And if you're working, you have to probably use it and read things, in which case you just be really disciplined, essentially making time for yourself, getting away from the usual stuff and see what you would do. There'll be an anxiety with it that comes, oh, I just want to go back to the Netflix, instead of talking to your friend or your partner. Or
What about messaging? Like in terms of like messaging people on WhatsApp or...
No messaging like that.
Okay, and not replying, like you just have to set ourselves up for, or dwindling out, you know.
Yeah, I think Namco had a thing, I'd never seen it before. It says, I will not be available on WhatsApp for a week. Obviously, we still come to class. Or if you're doing any classes that require... So it's basically no social media. Everyone get the gist, yeah?
Yeah.
You understand. Okay. So write up some notes. You got your thing. Didn't really talk about. I didn't necessarily want to talk about what you were writing. Keep it, private. But if you feel you want to share, maybe you can share next time we meet about what's coming up for you from what you've written. That'll be better, rather than you feel any sense of obligation of sharing something that might be private. So thank you so much for your time. Hope you enjoyed it. For me, it's this really fun stuff. And it's, but you can, we'll talk it next time about which one you prefer, looking from 80 down or 8 up, things like that. So back to the morning pages, and hopefully some of you I'll see on Thursday for Tantra Baby. Okay, thank you so much. Enjoy your Saturday.
Thank you.
And may God be with you.